Alright guys, welcome back. So yesterday we had our autumn Yu-Gi-Oh championship. It was our tournament they hosted here in Australia in Good Games. It was quite significant for us because we don't really have many big events because of the pandemic, and it's just like whenever we get like a decent event announced, it's like a big deal for us because we're like so far away from everything. So like if we want to go to LYCS, we have to go like over east to like Sydney. So this is like whenever we get one of these, it's quite exciting. So yesterday I managed to get top 8 with a Dogmatika, a deck I've been playing for the past few weeks, and I've just really enjoyed it, like how it functions. Of course, if you already see, it's a really massive deck, right? It's a 60 card build. I'll try and make sense of it as I continue the deck profile, but just it might seem daunting and it might seem like, what the heck, you can easily cut it down to 40. Of course you can, but the dino problem will always be there. Like you're always like, let's say for the standard build, you're only playing 2 conductor, right? Like the I guess the weakness of the deck is breaking with like ways to not like, or opening up these early on and opening up babies, no ways to pop the babies. Like that's like always gonna be there, regardless if it's a 40 card build or a 50 card build or 60 card build, because that's like Dino's inherent weakness, like just breaking, and it's like they're known notoriously for that. But I kind of want to just like, I guess, fix that issue a bit by increasing the card count and using the logic of filtering out, diluting it, and filling it up with other cards that can actually help deck's consistency, like popping the babies. Like, so that's why it's like a main focal point of the deck. So first off, you play Theater Boss Monster, right? UCT, that needs no explanation, just an amazing card. Your Rhoda your Stratos of the deck, basically it's a foolish or adds any dino, like it's insane, like it's just really good. Miscellaneousaurus, the deck would not be good if this was banned. Like the deck just wouldn't work. Like it would not work. Like this is why it's good. Like that's basically it. Triple Petite, like you see in the standard builds, you play like 2 and 1, right? Because you don't really want to open this. Or in this particular build, since it's a hard card count deck, you kind of have to increase the baby count because you have so many ways to pop it, right? Because the whole point is to dilute the deck and not open it with a bunch of dinos, but still have to consider the fact that you want to pop these because you have so many ways to pop these. For example, you have like the triple Arco, which helps with that, right? So opening up this and this is quite a frequent thing, and that's what I like about this. Like even if like there's so many ways to pop it. You play the True King engine. It's very minimal, but it's significant enough to be like, okay, it makes the biggest difference. I played it without it, and I noticed that like I wasn't popping babies as much. And then of course you have Dogmatika package, right? It's just, it doesn't interfere with the normal summon, which is what I like a lot. The moment you have access to this, then you can summon this, you special this. Like even if you have hard open this, which is huge. Because there's so many ways to, what are they gonna ash? They're gonna ash Nadir, they're gonna ash Pot, they're gonna ash Pill, they're gonna ash Misk. Which one are they gonna ash? Which one? You know, like that's what I like about this. And it's just huge. Like in the punishment is no like pushover. Like punishment is just a real interaction. Then of course you have your one-ups. Like I said, more ways to pop the babies, right? Just more ways. And then this is like a toolbox factor for the pill. Toolbox factor for the pill again. It's just pop, negate, all UCT. It gives you the option to search UCT with OV and then pill this one out and hard summon the UCT to have both dinos. The dynamic of that board with Doka and punishment is kind of hard to lose that board with that board. And then of course you have Giant Rex, just a utility card, lets you make your rank 4s. And of course Nibiru, the card that got the dinosaurs extinct, is basically for combo, just in case you get a bit overwhelmed, because the dino sequences are quite linear, so it's kind of quite easy to like interact and at the deck's weak points. So this this kind of like prevents that from happening. Like you just Nibiru the entire board, and then they just have to have Ash or something, and you can play past an Ash because you have like so many ways to bait the Ash. And then the token is very important, as I'll tell you guys later, because you give them a token, and with Lost World you can literally like save that token and then get to your dinos, which is insane. Of course you have triple Ash. This is mainly for like the mirror match, because you want to stop the pill, you want to stop Misk, right? Because when you have your board and they can make the UCT immune to everything, and then just book everything of yours, is like, oh wow, it's kind of scary. So yeah, that's like quite needed. And then of course you have your Gamma, the best hand trap for this deck, because like it lets everything resolve basically. Oh damn, it's kind of weird. It was like to the right. Yeah, like there's so many ways to bait the hand trap, right? Because like you play Diagram, you play Foolish, Pill, Litho, the babies. Like there's so many ways to pop it, like to bait. I mean the Ash or the hand trap, and it just comes up way too often to just not want to play it. At first when I was in the early stages of playing the deck, I was like, this is just so bricky. But then the more I played it, I was like, okay, yeah, it's really needed. Like you need it. And then of course, this is a higher card kind of deck. This kind of filters out the deck as well. It gets rid of all the 3-ofs that you might not need at a time, and it's just a +1. It just lowers the card count as well. And what it does for the variants is very unique, like the way it functions. It's just, I didn't brick once, like at all. I didn't brick once. Like it was crazy. Like I 2'd everyone except for the last round, which was Jordan, which we ended up winning the entire event, which was pretty cool. So triple desires, just more ways to bait Ash as well. Servant for your Dogmatika package. This gives you access to your non-dino, which is huge. Like if you go Anima, and then like I don't know, like yeah, it just gives you access to your non-dino, and it lets you break boards as well because Entis. Then of course your triple fossil dig, because you want to search all your dinos, like just any dino you want, which is cool. And then once again, going with the trend, like maxing out on this as well, because the times where I go desires and I balance 1 UCT and I have 2 UCTs left in the deck, I'm like, wow, this is my last UCT. One's engraved. Like if this leaves, how the heck am I gonna win now? Like, cause that's like a win condition most of the time if you cannot press them with your build the board, right? Because it does get to that point. And the fact that you play desires, you kind of have to play more than 2, because if you desires some of them away, you want to have at least have 1, you know, to be able to resolve the Arco and pop the baby. And then of course you have a triple false dig. False dig, Lost World. This is really good with Nibiru token, as I mentioned. It's a consistency piece, which is why I'm playing a particular card. Because like you can pop the token with punishment and get consistency through that, which is insane. Like summon baby. Go Lost World, summon baby, give him a token, punishment on the standby phase, pop, and this pops your baby. And then I'm assuming you have hand traps, like you have like a Nibiru and Ash, then you do that route because you just get so much value, right? Because then the baby that was destroyed from the deck, you summon Arco, pop the baby, and then you can send Ash Drag, and it's just insane, like what it does. And of course you have your 1-ofs, which is Diagram, just to pop the baby because it gives you Misk or Rex or Overtex, which is what I like about this card. Is a utility card. Like if you can't get to your Pill through Arco, then you just Foolish Overtex, and that's basically a UCT. Basically 1-for-1, more ways to be persistent with the Arco, because if they negate your Misk, how else are you gonna get to Arco? Yeah, so this is another way to do it, and there's just more ways to get to Arco and help that persistence. Cobra the Grave, another one just to help you resolve, so you can get to Arco. There's more ways to resolve Arco. And this is my 60th card. I didn't know what I wanted to put. I was going to play Schism, but then I didn't want to change the extra deck because the extra deck was already like, I like how it functioned. And then I was going to play Duster and I reboot. I was like, nah, I think this is more consistency, because like I said, if you Nibiru them and you give them a token, and you have this, and you have no other ways to get to your dinos, it gives you access to your dinos, because you pop the token, the Nibiru token, you save it, and then you just snowball from there. Like that's what I really liked about that. I was like, oh, it's cool, and it's just a board breaker, which is really nice. It's a 1-of, but like it's the chance is there, you know. Like once you draw it, you'll see what I mean. And then of course you have your triple punishment for the Dogmatika. Like I said, it's insane. You can pop the token and just get consistency that way, which is huge. And then we go ahead and go to the side deck. Side deck is a triple answer for the mirror match, dragons, yeah, pretty much, like, yeah. Going second before build the board decks, Mystic Mind, which is good. This is good because as the logic behind it was like you activate it, and it allows everything on your field to resolve. Like let's OV resolve, let's misc resolve, let's everything resolve, because they can't interact with the hand traps, which is huge. Yeah, that was like a really heads up play. I was watching Ryan's deck profile. I was like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. So yeah, going second, amazing. Sometimes people don't even have an out for mine, which is funny. And then this is when you strictly go first, but I'm kind of doubting this now because it's cost me 2 games already, like two top 8s in time. Like I was like, oh my god, like it's so annoying. Like it's in theory it's meant to be good because like it's a dino, it's not really meant to be like taking long. So I was like, oh, this should be fine. Like you just strike, like it just reinforces your board. Like what else are you gonna do? Because most of the time when people go against dino, they put dark rulers and they're not expecting this in punishment. Like what are you gonna pick? Like if you have lightning storm and dark ruler, then fair enough. But like if you just have one or the other, like what are you gonna pick? Dark ruler, okay, have this and punishment. Lightning storm, you're gonna hit this, okay, have my board. Like you know, like what are you gonna do? What are you gonna pick? But like lately it's just been going to time, and then this is just costing me the game, which is kind of annoying. And then we have the extra deck, right? So you have like your Nadir targets, right? Entis, Ash Dragon, Pegasus. This card's insane. Omega, and then of course you have your Dweller, Doko, Logia, tokens for sure. Then you have your one of links for the anima, and this is for the baby because this comes up so much. This is highly underrated, like the fact that it's just for consistency purposes, because you have pill and you open the multiple babies, and then at least it gives you the amount of times I went summon baby, link away for this, then go into Garna, go pill, and have a baby in hand and pop it, and then just snowball from there is insane. Like it happens so much. Secure Gardener, Lambda's amazing. This was an access code, but I'm so glad I changed it because access code didn't really come up. Like almost never comes up. I've utilized every single thing in here. There's not one extra deck thing I did not make ever. Everything is utilized, every single thing. Like, oh, it's just amazing. But yeah, this is strictly there for the mirror match and to pop the token off Lost World. Just consistency, more consistency. Because like I said, it's a high card count deck, so you need to consider all those aspects to not be able to just break or be inconsistent. Because yeah. But yeah, it was a good day, man. It was such a fun day. It was going so well. Like I didn't test as much as I would like to, but so that's what made me kind of doubt the deck, because I was like, oh shit, because I wasn't too sure. But it ended up working out. But I think every tournament it's gonna be like that. You're just not really certain. Like it's always gonna be like 90% sure. Like okay, you're never gonna be 100% sure. That's what I'm starting to notice. Like I've noticed that years ago. But like when you go, it's like a vicious cycle. Like oh, not really sure. But it was a fun day, for sure. And that's gonna be it. Hopefully enjoy the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.